Hi guys, my name is Ole from Ole Aids Photography, and today I'm going to talk to you about Lightroom and what you can do to make your photos pop. Lightroom is the most important software I have in my arsenal. So I'm going to take you through some basic stuff I do to enhance my photos. It's simple, it's easy, everybody can do it. I am assuming with this tutorial that you are shooting raw. Every picture I shoot is raw. If you're not shooting raw, start doing it. It will make all the difference in the world. So with that, let's dive right in. You can see the horizon here, so it's a little tilted. Not much, but it should be straight. So here in the crop tool, the rectangle here, you press angle, find a straight line and just do this elastic line and release when you're there. Press angle again. No, sorry. Rectangle again, then you're good. Okay. Most of the tools we're going to use are here in the basic panel. But we're also going to look a little bit at the tone curve and the color correction here, the hue saturation, and well, not luminance, at least hue and saturations. So first of all, I would like to. It's a little blue. It's supposed to be a sunset late in the day in Iceland, and sunset in Iceland can be a little cloudy. So it's not a lot of light, the quality of light is not great, so it's a little underexposed, this picture. So, and blue, too blue. So first of all, I'm gonna lift, you can do like a white balance color picker here. I hardly ever do that, I just do it by eye. So here I know I need a little yellow in it. And just, there's no magic number. I just do a little bit now, and then I come back to it later if I feel I need it. If I zoom in here in a very contrasty area, like here, up here where the rock meets the sky, here and over the mountain also, there's a little tiny green line. Sometimes it's magenta here. So green and magenta line, it's not cool. Very easy to get rid of. It's a checkbox. Remove chromatic aberration, then it's gone. If it doesn't go completely, you can do a manual removal also here, but usually 90% of the time this works. Also, the checkbox below, especially if you're shooting with wide angle lens, it can distort the image a little bit, and that fixes that. Sometimes it doesn't look good, but in this case it's fine. I don't like too black areas, and especially in this picture, there's no balance. There's the balance between light and black is bad, and I do that here in tone curve. I just lift this point up a little bit. You can see the end point of the histogram. It moves to the right, something like that. So it's washed out. I like my picture washed out a little bit, but not completely like that. So I will add some contrast here back. So also I see the whites. It's completely. It's not blown out, but it's right at the end. So maybe I would just a little bit push that down to make that look better. And also what I would like to get this area here, the blackest area here in the sand, a little lighter, and the sky a little darker. So let's start with the sky. The most popular thing is just to select the gradient tool here and draw a curtain, gradient curtain like this. Not with the white, but with take the exposure down a little bit and something like that. This is all good. There are a few reasons why I don't like this. One of them, well, the division is very clear. You can see this rock here is supposed to be evenly lit, but now it's dark on the top and it doesn't look good like that. Let's delete that and do this. Well, let's see, take this down to 0 and the exposure down a little bit, and then we draw a little radial like this. You can see it's feathering. It's it's the darkest in the middle, then it goes. You can see like how it looks when I put my mouse over it. This is the mask. So if I feel the gradient is too much, I can put it down to 0. It looks horrible, but you know, sweet spots usually somewhere in the middle, but you know, trial and error. And make it a little bigger, something like that. So it's too dark, so I need to go back a little bit. When I'm applying those effects, I like to do a little extreme to see where I'm going with this. And I want it a little bit down, and I pull a little bit back again, like that. Maybe increase the yellow a little bit here, like that. Maybe some a little more clarity, like this. There. Now I have, let's look at the before and after. You can see, I mean, I was worried that this would be showing the shape of the ellipse, but it really doesn't, because you can see the same shape here. So yeah, I'm good. Started to look much better. You should do that, you know, when you're editing. You know, check before and after quite frequently. I want more light here in this corner, and I could lift this shadow up a little bit. Well, it doesn't, but it kind of kills the contrast everywhere else. So let's do this first. Let's select the brush tool here and increase the exposure a little bit. Let's do a little bit too much, and then we just dial it back. You can see it's too much now, but it lifts up the corner a little bit, so it's not so dark. A little bit down again, maybe a little more, and increase the decrease the shadows. There we go, like that, something like that. You know, nothing too much. Looks good like this. I want a little bit more colors, but I don't like to increase the saturation too much, because you know, the green here in the grass, and it just, yeah, it looks oversaturated, even if the some of it looks good. So usually the way to go is vibrance. You know, that lifts up the desaturated colors and leave the others like that. Just go to the hue area, and you know, here you can see this blue color here in the clouds. It looks weird. I want it darker, something like that. And also, it's just, you know, take the saturation from the green a little bit, like this, and from the agua, something like that. And I might do a little increase in yellow and orange to pop the red colors here a little bit more. And here, maybe I would just do a little bit, take the brush, and this color here is bothering me a little bit, so I'll just decrease the saturation a little there, and then it looks good. Maybe a little bit more over here, like that. Something like that. All right, before and after. Yeah. I would like the white in the ocean to pop, give a little more contrast, and I could do this, and that would give the desired effect. But that would also kind of like, with increasing the whites here, which I did, you know, it makes the sea look good, but these areas here in the sky doesn't, so it's too global. So I might do a little bit like this. Then I would just do another brush, make everything 0 except the whites. Just go a little crazy, and then you can just dial back if you need it. Something like that. Then you can check if you want more or less. Increase clarity maybe to give it a little more structure. There we go. Now we just like do a little more sharpening. You know, I'm just making this for web. So if you're gonna do it, you know, post it on Facebook or whatever, you can go a little crazy with the sharpening. But if you're gonna print, be careful. You need to know your limits here in the sharpening. Usually it's not very high. It's gonna look just looks weird if it's over sharpened on print. Also, I like to do a little vignetting. You know, I took it away with the profile correction, but because I like to I like to add it a little bit, but I want to be in control. Before and after, it's a dramatic improvement. The picture we added now, it looks how it looked when I was there. So that's it. I hope this has been informative for you, and I hope you can implement some of this stuff in your workflow if you haven't already. And if you do, all your pictures is gonna look a lot better. And if you like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel and like the video for more amazing stuff.